the high end of normal, we're down in the normal range. The speech teacher said, what happened? You know, what's going on? All of a sudden he was engaging in speech, and literally he took off like a rocket at that point.
You got to heal the body. Now we buy organic fruits and vegetables. We limit any type of things with dyes in it. The body has already been damaged by so many toxins and mercury and what have you, that these children are so ultra sensitive. You know, and I see it with my own child that if he eats something that's got a lot of chemicals in it or dyes, it sends him off the edge. I think that diet is so important. I mean, you know, I can't say enough about it.
I didn't even know what gluten was, and I went to the store the next day and said, I need to know more about the gluten-free, dairy-free diet. And they suggested that I call this person that had a recovered child, and she talked to me for 2 hours, and she took me through the store and showed me exactly what to do. And in 28 days, he was talking. We were in the floor. He had 4 packs of flashcards around him, and I said, Christian, you have to help me clean these up. And he said, Mommy. And he looked at me in the eye, and I said, yes. And he said, lighthouse, wave, ocean. And he named all 40 flashcards. And I was like, thank you, Lord, we're on the right track.
Our diet was pizza, McDonald's, lots of soda, potato chips, dairy, a typical American diet.
A little while, buddy. Still.
Now we're totally organic. We've eliminated all dairy. We eat fish occasionally. We have nuts, seeds, organic fruit, a very healthy diet and lifestyle now.
That's a simple thing. There's no money in a diet. There's no pharmaceutical company that's going to pay for trials or going to pay for a press campaign to advertise, you know, a special diet. But the parents find that these are the things that are most helpful. Most of the things that parents are doing are simple things. They're embracing, you know, a different lifestyle. They're turning away from psychotropic drugs and pharmaceutical interventions. They're looking for ways to restore gastrointestinal health. That's not complicated. It doesn't take expensive therapies or prescriptions, but it takes a change in their way of life.
I mean, there's certainly cases where we've just changed the diet in a child and their autism is gone, or their ADD is just simply gone.
I had a child in my office last week, and he was not even sitting up 6 months ago, and he's 2, almost 3 years old now, and he was running up and down the halls talking back to his mother. And he was nonverbal and not sitting up, and it was all nutrition.
Homeopathy can be an effective approach to treating the overwhelming condition of autism.
What are you looking for, Dr.
Homeopathic remedies is based on the premise of physics that every substance consists of 2 essential entities. One of material matter, and the other one is its energetic field. So therefore, the process manufacturing homeopathic remedies concerns itself primarily with extracting that energetic component of the original essence. Yet the beauty of it for medical and clinical purposes is that energetic component can elicit a certain and predictable reactions in the body. All right, no, thanks, we're done.
We're done?
Kevin, you're the man.
I want to say thank you, Dr. Yokovsky.
Thank you. Certainly the most important factors that the parents can address to help their children would be the diet, which definitely has to be sugar-free and even fruit and fruit juice free initially, white flour free, avoiding absolutely any foods that might possibly contain antibiotics, food colorings, additives, chemicals of any sort. I would like to emphasize how important it is to limit and reduce or even eliminate exposure to television sets, computers, video games, portable DVD players, and so forth.
All electronic devices in our everyday life, computers, cell phones, televisions, and virtually all modern conveniences emit electromagnetic fields known as EMFs. Electromagnetic fields affect every one of us, throwing our natural electrical rhythms out of kilter. Children's developing brains and delicate central nervous systems are more susceptible to these assaults. A safe and effective approach to removing toxic metals from the body, such as mercury, is chelation therapy. Heavy metals bind to the chelating agent and then are eliminated from the body.
I think of chelation as like peeling an onion. It's slow, steady. It takes 18 months to 2 years to get out these metals. They went in at different points in time. They're small amounts, and they're in different compartments. So when children initially come in, I work to heal the gastrointestinal tract wall, get the child in good nutritional status, add extra minerals to their system, and I find that chelation is a pretty benign part of our treatment once you've prepared the child well to remove those metals.
When you look at the Autism Research Institute website to at least vet the idea of what the parental response is to chelation, somewhere around 2/3 or 3/4 of families who've done chelation do report a benefit.
And that's why I always start with the excretion or the treatment aimed at the excretion and detoxification and release from the body of heavy metals.
He improved greatly with dietary intervention, but not to the point of the removal of the diagnosis. 6 to 8 months of chelation, they removed the diagnosis. Just put us over that.
We've just completed a DMSA treatment study where we give kids with autism a 3-month treatment of DMSA, an FDA-approved medication for treating lead poisoning. And what we found is that just 1 round of DMSA, just 3 days of it, was enough to completely normalize their glutathione levels. And that's real exciting because glutathione is the primary way the body detoxifies mercury and many other toxic metals, many other toxic chemicals in the body, waste products. Glutathione is a very, very important substance in the body.
You're too heavy.
Studies have shown that levels of the antioxidant glutathione are typically about 50% lower in children with autism.
That's not the only antioxidant that they're deficient in, but the glutathione is so important because it helps them detoxify. Again, part of their problem is that they're poisoned. They're overexposed and overwhelmed with toxins, and their bodies have lost the capacity to expel and eliminate these toxins, partly because glutathione is deficient.
I gotta make Jackson stuff. This calcium, the probiotics. I hide everything in there. Glutathione, another thing he should have naturally but does not. I can't believe he eats this powdery and I don't want it to come out. All right, I think it's ready. Jackson! Gotta eat your bananas.
The first child I treated was a nonverbal 5th grader, and I put him on his normal dietary requirement amount, small daily doses of vitamin A in the natural form, the most concentrated natural form, which is cod liver oil, small daily doses of cod liver oil. And he came back to see me 3 weeks later. I walked in the room, and he was telling his mother, "Leave me alone, I can get up on this table by myself."
Many of the factors which were beneficial to children with autism act as antioxidants. On this, we have some good published studies.
Mommy has your bananas, okay?
Vitamin B6 and magnesium both exert profound antioxidant effects, and as many as half of the children with autism benefit from B6 and magnesium.
Flour.
The reality is that there are multiple things that can take you to autism. It is autisms. It is very likely environmental toxins, including environmental mercury, including pesticides and PCBs and many of these things that are harmful. We know that they're harmful, and they're genetically modified foods that have pesticides built into them that aren't supposed to hurt us. But we're learning that, They are.